God gives each person a gift. That he gives them a calling. The man, watch this. The man, the pastor, must have a purpose and a vision.
He'll take away the pain and strife.
That's the next thing. This is the second way this is the second determinant of how you are supposed to manage a church. And it's going to correlate with marriage. It's going to correlate. It's going to show you correlation. This is why it is so important that the person must manage their household, because of this second reason. When you are putting together an organization, when you are putting together a church organization, when you're putting together a church as a pastor, one of the things you must have is you must have a purpose and a vision. Oh, yeah. You have to have a purpose and a vision. Yeah. And guess what? In a marriage, you must have a purpose and a vision. If the wife and the children are not helping in the purpose and the vision of that husband, that should tell you a whole lot with regard to whether this person can manage the church. Watch this. If a person does not have a purpose and a vision in their life, and they're getting married, what is the wife going to help you to do if you don't have a purpose and a mission? If you're lazy and are not following God, what are the children going to follow and look to? You've got to have a purpose and a vision. Ephesians 4:1 says this: I, therefore, a prisoner for the Lord, urge you to walk in a manner worthy of the calling to which you have been called. You got a purpose. You got a calling. This is how you know. This is why it's important about managing house. That person needs to be able to have a purpose and a vision. And if they don't have a purpose and a vision in their marriage, where they're teaching the children, teaching their wife to follow that purpose, it ain't gonna do nothing. Here's another one. 1 Peter 4:10. It says, as each has received a gift, use it to serve one another as good stewards of God's very grace. God gives each person a gift. That he gives them a calling. The man, watch this. The man, the pastor, must have a purpose and a vision. If a pastor does not have a purpose and a vision, then he's not a good fit as a pastor. And again, you'll be able to show that, you'll be able to see that with the wife and the children, with the household. Because if the wife and the children are working in concert, watch this, working in concert with the pastor, with that husband, to fulfill the purpose and stuff that he's put together, then you got you something. That could be a good qualified person. And again, that goes back to me again. See, look, I wouldn't have made a good pastor. I would not be qualified, even when my ex-wife was with me. Okay. I wouldn't have been qualified. You know why? Because my wife and my children weren't working I didn't even have them working in concert with my purpose and my vision. Matter of fact, I decided not to do my purpose and my vision for years. For years. What is that? You can't say, oh, he'll make a good pastor. He can talk good. He can do this. No. I ain't qualified.
Nope.
I ain't qualified. My own family not even doing the purpose and the vision. I'm not even doing. What are we talking about here? They got to have a purpose and a vision. And you need to see that their wife and the children, everybody in the household is working toward that purpose and that vision. Remember, the wife is help. She's supposed to be helping him with his purpose and his vision. Yeah, hey, come on now. All right. Just a couple of scriptures that's to look over in regards to this. Jeremiah 29:11, for he says, for I know the plans I have for you. He has a plan for you. Romans 12:2 says on the back end, after he says, He says, don't be conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Okay. Then you will learn to know God's will for you, which is good and pleasing and perfect. Listen, as you renew your mind and not be conformed to this world, you're going to know God's plan, his will for you. God has a plan, a purpose for everybody. If you ain't doing it, if that man is not doing it, and if his children, wife and his children are not submitted to that thing, bruh, he ain't qualified.